All right, it's donation day, and we got some kind of cool stuff here. We're going to start with this non-whiskey thing that Eddie Stafford sent.
Oh,
Remember Eddie Stafford, NYPD? Yeah, he sent us NYPD badges.
Yeah.
Well, around 9/11, he sent us these.
Oh, cool.
The World Trade Center Command Counterterrorism.
You got the buildings on one side.
Coins.
The eagle on the other.
Yeah.
World Trade Center, and then there's some Latin.
And the counterterrorism police patch.
Oh, sweet.
So pretty soon, we're going to be fighting some serious crime here.
Or causing it.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yes, thank you.
You are a magnificent bastard, my friend.
All right, there we go.
You ready for this?
Oh, this is
the first day.
Giant box. No,
so remember I told you we're going to get a whiskey advent calendar this year?
This is the one you were telling me
This is the one I was telling you about. They sent us last year's.
Okay.
So that I could see what was in it.
So the new year, this coming year's
New Year's is edition 5.
So is it different looking or is it the same style?
I don't know. Same style.
Okay.
Same bottlings.
Right.
Look at that. Oh, look. 593 of 2,000.
There's stuff in here?
Yeah. And then you open up a day.
Right.
There's a glass.
Right.
So there's a couple of differences between this one and Master of Malt's calendar.
They did the job for you.
They really did.
It's all in here.
Yeah, I know. There's notes and, well, no, that's just on every single one of them.
They got every single one of them, and then they have a place.
Then they have a thing for notes.
Yeah. Hey, there's people here.
Hey! So there's a glass in there especially for this, but we're going to use our own.
Okay.
And then you just pick a day. Now, there's a couple of differences. One is each one of these things, and let's pick a day. Which way do you want to do? The 25 is like a 30-year-old whiskey, but let's move back a little bit.
I'm feeling 17.
17? You're feeling it? You're totally
17.
sure. No takebacks.
Feeling 17.
Okay.
Let me consult the book real quick. 17.
Yeah. 17.
You're cheating.
Well, they put some tape across it to make it secure. Oh, good call. Macduff 19-year-old sherry cask.
Damn.
Okay, so a couple of differences between this and Master of Malt. I'm going to set this out here.
Right.
One is that all of this whiskey was sourced exclusively for this and put into mini bottles. So this is one cask.
If I remember, you were saying this is meaningfully more money.
Yeah.
And you get meaningfully more whiskey.
It's about double the cost, but you get at least double the whiskey, and you don't just get them bottling Buffalo Trace for you, like they did last time. You get they sourced every single cask for this entire calendar.
Fair enough.
And then took each cask and broke it into baby bottles, and these bottles are about. Remember the size of the Master of Malt ones?
Are those airplane?
I wonder if I have them anymore.
Are those airplane size?
Yeah. These are 50 milliliter.
Or are they smaller? Or are they bigger than airplane size?
I think they're bigger than airplane. I can't remember what an airplane size is. Is airplane 50 mil?
I don't know.
So basically that's an ounce and a half, or ounce and 2/3.
Right.
Because 30 milliliters is an ounce. So this is 19-year-old Macduff sherry cask finish.
Okay. I don't.
So by the way,
I think I've had Macduff. I don't remember Macduff.
this is the one that I'm going to be doing. Right. However, if you want to find out more information about it,
right.
They've created an information landing page for us. Ooh. And it is secretspirits.com/whiskey trap.
I don't know why. I just felt like taking a lot of credit for randomly choosing something that smells amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I did such a good job.
19-year-old sherry cask whiskey. No. Come on, dude. That's bullshit.
What?
That's bullshit. Nah, that's like, look at this. Look at the level of that. That's like not even an ounce. Share.
Fine.
Share.
Because Rex month starts on Monday, and it's not quite Monday.
Yeah. So this is cask 5869 from Macduff, distilled in 1997. You were still in high school.
You know what? It's a little bit of cosmic revelation there.
Yeah.
In 1997, I was 17.
Oh, what? Well, this is 19-year-old whiskey, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was 17. It was the number 17.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thing.
Oh!
Right.
I missed that connection for a second there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Right.
Just remember what you were doing when you were 17, not when you were alone. When you were in mixed company. and I think that's when they put this whiskey into a barrel. That's hardcore.
Yeah. Floral honey, very, very rich.
Oh, yeah.
Very rich.
Now, I have another Macduff, I think, in here.
Just on the nose, I can tell this is going to be super oily with a really long finish.
Yeah, well, the nose does feel really oil heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it's reminding me almost of Kentucky. I mean, this is sherry dense. This is floral dense. This is honeysuckle. This is orange. Oh, but it has a little bit of pepper back there. Not much, but a little bit of spiced pepper.
I'm getting some spice. I don't know if it's pepper. I don't know if I would say pepper. You say pepper?
Yeah. It's definitely got a hint of cinnamon in there.
It's less sugary.
Like plum.
It's less, obviously sweet than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
You get the character of all of those flavors we're talking about, the floral.
Which is nice, because I was waiting for it to just be pure candy and kind of boring, and it's definitely not.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to set this aside so I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Again, that's secretspirits.com/whiskey tribe if you want more info.
What else we got?
We got Josh Geberbaway, the patron saint, and the magnificent bastard all at once. So if you remember ages ago, I said Colkegan is one of my favorite American mesquite smoked whiskeys.
Geberbaway, patron saint, and magnificent.
And the magnificent bastard. So what happened was, I said, hey, we really need some Colkegan because I can't get it anywhere.
Yeah.
And then Flint Man sent us Colkegan.
Flint Man, you magnificent bastard.
And then because it's taken us so long to get to donation days.
Yeah. Good job on writing your name, buddy.
Yeah, well done.
We know.
And so in the meantime, Josh and Gretchen went to New Mexico. And
Josh and Gretchen
and went to the distillery itself and bought us one each of their releases.
Josh
and brought them back.
Wait, this is how you pronounce the last name. It was patron saints of whiskey?
Patron saints of whiskey. All right, so we've got the normal release, the cask strength release, and the one finished in apple brandy casks. So we're gonna start normal.
Thank you. And
Move.
Then we do.
Move to cask.
Good job.
And
then the apple brandy.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay.
I've
So the normal one is this one.
trained you so well.
You've trained me so well. It's almost like I've designed tastings for money before. Okay.
Oh man, this smoke on
See,
this.
I think Colkegan is one of the great smoked single malts. It's and I think, remember my contention was that because of climate, you could really put distilleries like Whiskey Del Bach and Colkegan together. So you got Tucson and Santa Fe in two different states.
Man.
But regionally, they both use mesquite smoke. I think he was one of the first.
So I would suggest anybody that really likes smoky scotches,
Oh yeah.
do yourself a favor. Try. This is an entirely different smoke. Wildly different smoke. But if you like that kind of whiskey experience, then try out some Colkegan, because if you like smoke at all in general, you just like the entire thing that is smoky whiskeys, then Colkegan could be a magnificent and funky journey.
So they are 7,000 feet above sea level, where you have extremely dramatic changes in temperature. What are we
burning something over there? Hopefully that's intentional. There's a fire.
Oh, that's the neighbors.
You know what this reminds me of on the nose, this kind of smoke? When I was a kid, with my cousins, going to the Ozarks, Silver Dollar City.
Okay.
And then they have all of these little shops set up where they're doing like woodworking, whittling, blacksmithing. And it's kind of like a hillbilly Renaissance fair with a theme park designed around it.
Yeah.
It's a hillbilly Renaissance fair with a theme park designed around it. That's Silver Dollar City. And this smell, it's like, dude, I'm there.
You're there again.
Throw in some funnel cakes. And
funnel cake.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this is this is what brimstone I wish was. Because brimstone is so much of a middle finger.
Yeah.
This one is like a 50% step back, where you still get that rich mesquite. It's more smoky than rimfire though, which is also mesquite smoke.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's still got an underlying sweet caramel note.
Right.
I love this.
Which is interesting because in the Ozarks, I don't think they're doing mesquite there.
Right.
I think it's an entirely different kind of wood. But just that level of smokiness.
So this is batch 10, bottle 1180.
Wow. So this isn't even the cask strength. This is the normal.
46%.
Because this isn't playing around with the smoke.
No, it's really not. It's very candy. It's nice and candy behind the smoke. All right, you want to rinse out real quick. Ready? I poured you a small amount, Nancy. Let's get your shit together. Come on.
I don't know why. I just really enjoy like the ball busting. It's funny. It's funny. Whenever you know the person.
Yeah.
When you know the person.
Here's what's funny to me.
It's funny.
Other people put up with ball busting. But when you do it to Rex, it's like a love language.
Right.
He's like, "Ah, you do like me."
It's the rabbit in the briar patch.
Yeah.
No, don't throw me in there. I've told you what I've told you.
Oh, totally different.
Okay. Interesting.
That sweetness is slightly gone, and it's still there, but it's got dents. It's got dents all of a sudden.
Right.
And the proof on this is 59%.
Oh,
118 proof. That's 4 more than our Eleanor in our casks here.
I was expecting just a wall of additional, like a whole nother level, a layer.
Instead, it feels like it went condensed into itself.
It didn't get louder.
What is it? It's a black star or a black hole that sucks all gravity into itself. It went black hole on us. It just, it's less aggressive tasting.
It is.
What happened?
59%, which...
It's almost like the oils are held together.
So this is 46.
By the barrel cohesiveness.
This is not a wallflower at 46.
No, it's
still.
This one has sharp and spiky and sparkly notes.
Right.
This one is all round and dense and...
Yeah. Damn.
That's impressive.
Really,
Freaking Colkegan.
You know what?
I'm telling you, if they had better distribution,
right,
they would be as famous as distilleries like Balcones.
The irony for this cask strength whiskey is how much, the word that we're tap dancing around.
Smooth.
Yeah. How much smoother it is than the regular at 46%.
As a matter of fact, if I was trying to get someone into the Colkegan vibe, I would start them on the cask strength, not on the proofed down version.
Damn.
That is so good.
All right, what else? You got this.
All right, we move to the apple brandy finish now. I can't do it.
You can't do a cask strength smoky whiskey in one shot.
Pound it out. Yeah. All right, nope, not doing it.
You can't pound it out on camera, Daniel.
No, I really can't. I have performance anxiety. I need to. No, I can't do it. This is why Daniel doesn't joke. No, I was gonna say, Chad, I need a whiskey.
You should joke. I'm saying you should joke.
I would make you laugh a lot more.
Yes.
But the problem is, I forget when other people are around.
It doesn't matter.
It's hard to turn off.
Really,
wait, this is the one I just poured.
I know.
Okay.
It doesn't matter because if they don't like it, there's other channels. They can go watch other things. It's fine.
I know, but I'm an ass. I joke around, and I'm dirty. I
get
really dirty.
But we just established I'm the rabbit in the briar patch, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. I can definitely smell apple brandy a lot. It
really?
Dominates the nose for me compared to what we were tasting before.
No, I'm lost on the apple brandy bit.
Did you pick up the right one?
Oh. Okay, there's a difference.
Yeah, A-B compare.
You know what? I don't have apple brandy experience.
No, I have had to because of tasting training classes.
Okay.
I'm not a big brandy fan, to be honest. But the brandy industry is pretty impressive and with a whole history of proofing and blending and aging. And
I want to try out some rums. I want to try out some brandies. I want to try out some mezcals.
Oh, and sherry. I really, I'm getting into studying sherries because I find that it helps me recognize sherry cask finishes.
My only
more quickly.
experience with sherry is Frasier. It's the sitcom, and he and his brothers always had sherry. I have the sense that I'm missing out on maybe half of what's going on in here because I just went smoky whiskey, cask strength smoky
and
whiskey.
then brandy.
And then, I feel like there's things that are flying by me that I'm not able to grab, but there's an inkling that there's more there.
It's much sweeter, but it's a totally different kind of sweetness.
Compared to these, not compared to like bourbons and Spacesides and whatnot.
Man, he is doing justice to malt whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
None of these have that baby green note.
Right.
None of these have this, too young, too harsh.
Right.
These He's doing a great job.
How are these not a standalone thing? Are people not aware that Colkegan exists?
Well, he has poor distribution, probably because he doesn't need to.
And our criteria for standalone episodes, for most of them,
is better distribution.
Can people get it?
Yeah, and the answer for Colkegan is mostly no. Now, my guess is he doesn't need to have good distribution. Probably he sells out pretty easily.
Right. It looks like you're leaning towards the apple brandy.
Yeah, no, I'm leaning cask strength too.
Okay.
The apple brandy finish was a little too desserty for me. Okay, we got Dos Mas with Jason Abram.
Jason Abram, you magnificent bastard. Oh, speaking.
You know what that makes me think of?
Speaking.
No, wait. It's what's that old Flash cartoon?
Should have let me
Strong
go first.
Bad.
Should have let me go first. Because see, that's ancient, man. Mine at least was whiskey related. Do you know anything about this Metallica whiskey?
I haven't researched it yet. I know that they used.
You know what? You know what else they did?
They used music.
Which really is frustrating.
What?
And I can't blame Metallica because we didn't publicly put this idea out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Highland Park.
Yeah.
But they are aging their whiskeys to music.
Yeah, Ralph, the founder of Hudson Spirits, Hudson Baby Bourbon. Yeah, there was a point which he did an experiment where he was playing music in their warehouses to their little baby bourbons.
Obviously, it's just kind of a whimsical idea. But
no, it's not.
But I would suspect if the music was loud enough, the vibration would.
It's gonna do something. Whether it's gonna have an impact that's like changes everything, who knows? But it definitely will have an impact.
Okay.
Okay, so Jason Abram brought us Huber's Starlight Distillery. Now, here's the thing. The Huber family has a huge history in winemaking and brandies and all these different things.
Right.
And they moved naturally into making whiskey.
Okay.
Now, where are they? Indiana. This is a non-MGP
poor bastards.
Indiana distillery. Man. Now, ironically, they are they're like 20 miles away from Louisville, Kentucky. So for all practical purposes, they have the same climate and same environment as aging bourbons in Kentucky.
So quickly, for those that don't know, Indiana, whenever it comes to whiskey, is usually synonymous with MGP, which is a huge, giant, massive whiskey maker that a lot of distilleries are sourcing whiskey from and then doing their own things. And if they're on the up and up, they are transparent about that, saying that their whiskey came from Indiana. But the result is anytime you see a label and it says whiskey from Indiana, everybody thinks, it's MGP. But this is Indiana whiskey, not MGP.
Yeah. Oh. It's got that candy cane note to me.
Candy cane, and then I'm getting, it's gone. But at first blush, there was a tiny bit of apple and vanilla.
Yeah. I get the vanilla. I was looking for a caramel apple corn, and then the rye candy cane.
You know what? I can imagine there's a little licorice in there.
You know which candy cane it is? Do you know when you get the rainbow looking?
They're all the same.
No. Because I don't actually like peppermint candy canes.
Who does?
They annoy me.
This is the only, look, you suck on them until you get the little spear. And then you
stab somebody,
terrorize your sibling.
Well, you mean like when Jackson stabbed Cash with a dart from across the room?
You did kind of freak out the good people at Andalusia.
Yeah, we did. They were pretty sure we were about to sue. As my 7-year-old comes hobbling down the stairs at Andalusia with blood running down his leg because my 10-year-old threw a dart at him from across the room.
Stuck in his leg.
And it stuck in his leg. Anyway, so Ty was like, oh no, and Ty's wife was even more like, there's a candy cane that has like the rainbow colors on it, and it's cherry flavored.
Okay.
And it's actually really good. And that's what I get in this nose. Oh, that's nice. There's the rye. It's on the finish. It turns into rye whiskey. That's a really tasty rye.
It's a nice rye.
I mean, think about it.
You're more excited about the rye than I'm excited
about. Well, only because
You're very excited about the rye.
Here's why I'm excited about it. Because I was prepared to be really disappointed.
Okay.
And instead it was like, oh, well, that's actually good.
You know what I've had to do? This is what I've done. I have adjusted the spectrum of enjoyment.
Yeah.
based on the kind of whiskey that it is. Because there's certain kinds of whiskeys that
Yeah.
are my favorite.
I get
and
that.
if I try and compare every whiskey
It all fails.
to my favorites, it's like, no. But if we just say, hey, for Irish, within the spectrum of Irish, how much am I enjoying this in regards to Irish?
Yeah, I buy that
For
all day.
rye, in the spectrum of rye, how much am I enjoying this in regards to rye? So for rye, I'm thinking this is better than average rye. I'm liking this rye. It's a good rye. You're very excited about the rye.
No, I'm excited about it for the same reason of what you just said. I was expecting to be like, meh, and instead I'm like, oh, this is really good.
You were expecting to be meh? I would think any distillery in Indiana, they can't be meh. Because
No,
their MGP makes some good stuff. You have to kind of be, on your A game.
Well, and their master distillers are Ted Huber and Jason Helgenberg.
Yeah.
And that family has a huge history. So they know what they're doing. This was not somebody jumping on a bandwagon. This was just somebody taking a natural extension into their skill set.
And this is where we fail the people. Because Daniel.
I'm not failing anybody.
No. Because, fine, I'll just say me. This is where I'm failing the people. I have the confidence. Confidence in myself and my place in the world. Just leave you by the wayside. Whenever you've had hundreds of whiskeys, to be able to fully appreciate something that isn't trying to be a weird, exotic, funky creature. It's kind of hard.
It's aiming for the classic.
Yeah, it's aiming for the classic, and it's kind of hard to go, oh, damn, that's like a nice classic, whenever you've had so many different variations of so many different kinds of whiskeys, and the ones that really grab your attention are the ones that are just weird and different and amazing, sometimes ancient.
Yeah, not me. I really, that's why I actually fell in love with Eleanor, because it was like, oh, this is a classic bourbon. And I felt that way about a lot of bourbons. As a matter of fact, the bourbons that really catch my attention are the ones that make me feel like, oh yeah, this is just a beautifully well done classic bourbon.
So I'll say this.
The exception to that is 80 Laws 4 grain, which is a weird flavor adventure.
That's amazing.
And that's pretty remarkable.
That's amazing. So
I will say this.
In terms of just a classic representation, it's great.
Nailed it.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to move to their port finished bourbon. So in theory, they're using, I don't know if it's in all of their bourbons, but when I looked up their bourbon mash, they were doing a 4 grain mash of which included wheat, not just barley. Right. And malted, so half corn, more than half corn, then a little bit of wheat, and then split evenly between malted barley and malted rye. Now I don't know if that's the one we're drinking, but I know that was their standard mash when they were talking about their bourbons.
I'm gonna need a good 90 seconds.
Estate-grown knobstone port barrels.
Before I try that, because the lingering rice spice.
Yeah, it's there.
It's very springy on the tongue.
So I want to go to a winery called Knobstone.
Rock hard.
Oh, what do you find? Yeah, there it is.
Damn it. Are we about to do this?
Yeah, we're about to do it.
Are we about to do this?
Damn it!
Yeah.
What happened?
What did you vote on, tribe? What did you vote? All the people in the Patreon, they voted by a
No, this is not the port. That's the barrel.
That's the bourbon?
That's the barrel.
No, I'm saying though.
Yeah. It's not the port.
It's not the port that did.
No. So what we're finding is that same sap green note that turns me off to all kinds of spirits. Rex calls it leather, new leather, and
new raw, unaged, just kind of too fresh. It hasn't really been well worn in. You say green, sappy. Now, here's the thing. I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. There was that note, and I said, Daniel,
get past it.
And
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because you liked what was past it.
I like what was past it. I don't like that note. But when you just dig a little deeper, put on the blinders.
I know, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to get past that note. The rye is significantly better.
If you want to compare this to the Wiggle, though, there's some Wiggles that are amazing. Other Wiggles that it's just mean.
I don't know if it's in this, though.
Oh. Well, then there's one that we know definitively it's in it.
It's close. The port rounded this one out. Imagine that with port added.
man, there's just so much more sweet cherry coming out of this.
Yeah. Well, look at the color difference, right? Port cask finish, not port cask finish.
Speaking of, you're not getting cherry, you're not getting apple in this bourbon.
No, you're really not. And I'm having a hard time finding the port. If I could have A/B compared pre-port to post-port.
Man, this wiggle that you poured me though, smells really nice.
It is. I just don't like their ryes, but their bourbons I really dig.
Yeah. Oh, damn. That green
note.
You know
what my great fear is?
That green note is really diminished now.
You ever go over to a friend's house when you were growing up and their house just smelled and they didn't know it?
I know exactly what my house smells like. Me
too, even when it's bad. You walk in, you're like, oh, yep, there's my house.
No, there's that. But even the default smell, because you go on like a vacation for a while.
And you come back.
Then you come back, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
This is what we got going.
So I feel like...
It's not bad. We smell lovely.
I feel like people who are making these, when you have that note present, they've lived in it so long that note's invisible.
Yeah.
And so they're not picking up... They're picking up all the nuances behind that note.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they've acclimated to that note that, to me, just jumps out as the very first thing.
You think the green funk is invisible, too?
Yes.
Okay.
I think when you've been blending and tasting your own barrels for that long, and then it's the risk is that you forget about what taste profiles outside your own distillery taste like. Because the thing is, here's what happens.
Again,
luckily we've got this.
I'm acclimating so much to the green note now.
I know. That's my point.
It's almost gone.
That's my point.
Damn.
So because we have the advantage of this space.
Thank you, by the way.
I keep coming back to our whiskey, comparing it like, as it compares to other things I've tried.
Yeah.
But if I was doing like Jared does, where all day, 5 days a week, it's just everything Balcones,
right.
It would take a lot of intentional effort to keep pulling myself back from my little world of flavor profiles. And the thing is, when you drink whiskey for a living like that, and you're proofing and blending, every single week, you can get over whiskey.
Interesting, because it's the bubble, it's the echo chamber.
Yeah.
And that's like in every facet of life. Whenever you allow yourself to live in an echo chamber, a bubble that doesn't have fresh, new, different perspectives that are at odds with what you are familiar with and comfortable with, then it's very easy to become oblivious to certain things.
Especially because you get tired of drinking whiskey after a while when you do it all the time. Like when Jared's sitting down, they're sitting down with 100 samples that they have to work their way through.
Yeah.
And when you get home from that, you're not like, let's have some other whiskey. Right. So it takes actual effort to go out, find things.
So we did like a question from an MB, I think it was last week. It was Fredericksburg Plumbing or something. And then I'm in the groups, and he's calling bullshit because he asked us. It's like, hey guys, how much do you drink when you're at home after a long day? And mine is like
hardly at all.
Mine's once or twice a week, and yours is a little bit more than
3 or 4.
And he's like, I call bullshit, dude. Like we get home and
anybody who
whiskey
knows,
is not the thing we look forward to.
You remember when you were a kid and you're like, when I grow up, I'm gonna eat chips all day.
Right.
And then you do it like one time in college where you just eat junk chips.
Yeah.
A whole bag. And at the end, you're like, yeah, that was a mistake. I don't feel good.
Right.
Right? It only takes once.
Right.
And
almost I kind of do miss the days where I would go home and look forward
to a whiskey.
Yeah,
I agree. It's actually, it's a weird thing. I get home and Halea's like, what whiskey are we going to have? And I'm like, I don't want any, but feel free.
But to be fair, I'm sure there's any number of people that would love to be in the position that we're in.
Oh, no, this is not complaining.
Yeah.
This is just a statement of, it's hard to go home and get excited about the whiskey in your house when you just shot 4 whiskey videos trying things that you guys sent us.
Fair enough. Man, we had a good selection today.
Yeah. All right. So...
Oh, are you ready?
Monday.
Are you physically, emotionally... You can't be intellectually ready because...
there's no such thing during Rex Week.
Month. You can't get one by. You can't get one by.
I was going to see if you would notice.
Here's what the only thing I'm going to say about Rex Month. You ready? It's not what you think.
It's not what you think. Oh. Okay.
I play the long game.
Okay.
I play the long game.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink,
May you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.